Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. On today's video, I'm going to talk you through how you change the starter motor on a Transit Connect. So this is going to be a simplified version of the main channel video that is going to give you just the essentials you need to know how to change the starter motor in one of these Transits. So let's get started. First things first, we need to disconnect the battery. I recommend using a 10mm spanner to undo the terminal on the battery, and I use this is a little cover for a brand new battery terminal when you buy one from Halfords or another place. I keep hold of these, they're really useful to stick over spare batteries. It's also useful for sticking over the battery in the car once you disconnect the terminal to make sure that the terminal doesn't jump back into place and just touch the edge of the stub that sticks out of the battery and then cause you problems. Then you are going to need, I've just used some 3/8 tools. You can use the same 3/8 drive for everything. So you will need 10mm once again. This is for the terminal that runs the cable to your key, your starter system, your starter circuit. I recommend at least a deep socket or a short socket with an extension so you've got a bit of room to maneuver and move your hands away from the oily bits. Now on mine, I needed both a 13 and a 12mm. Chances are on yours probably only a 13. The 13 is used for the bolts on the nose of the starter motor that hold it into the gearbox, and for the big terminal where the power lead from the battery and then it goes off to the alternator is connected. On the old starter motor on this van, they were both a 13. On the new one, the connector for the battery lead was actually a 12, so I need to take both of them under the car with me, and then just a 3/8 ratchet drive. Now, if you're more sensible than me and you don't want to get oil under your nails and look disgusting when you go to work on Monday, I would also recommend some nitrile gloves. And in the case of mine, where the solenoid had failed, it had blown the fuse in the starter circuit, which is this 20 amp yellow fuse here. I'd also recommend one of these little fuse pullers. Sometimes you get these in the fuse box of your car, because sometimes the fuses are lined up very, very closely together and you can't get your fingers in to pull them out. You can use a needle nose plier, but you can damage the top of the fuse if you do that. So that is everything you need. This starter motor job on this Transit is unbelievably simple. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, it is incredibly tight under here, but I'm determined to demonstrate that you can do this without jacking the car up. So you can see I'm focused on the alternator at the moment. That's driver's side if you're in the UK. And then sort of in the middle, more or less, so you can just about see the intercooler there, if it'll focus. And then the starter motor is right here. So a few things you need to know. You can see all those terminals on the back. So this bottom one here is a 10mm. This one here with the live straight from the battery on, that is a 13mm. You ideally want to get a socket on those because you won't get a spanner on because this little plastic shroud around one of the connectors there. And then do not undo these bolts here, which are a 10mm. You actually take this out because that will take the motor out of the casting here, which is part of the starter motor assembly. You want to do the 13mm, which is very oily on this one, just here. There's another one just here, another one slightly further up. You can't quite see on the camera, but you can see an earth connector going to it just up there. So 1, 2, 3, and that will take your starter motor out. It is literally as simple as that. The most difficult bit, I think, is getting these connectors away and off the terminals, but that shouldn't be too bad. So the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect these, and I will bring the camera back and show you what disconnecting all of that looks like. Okay, so we are back under the van. It is time to fit the new starter motor. So nose first, and it slots back into here. There's quite a nice fit once you get it lined up, although it's not going to do it now. There we go. And I'm going to reach for one of the oily 13mm nuts and try and get that in to start with to hold this in place. Then I can let go. So we can see the loosened terminal here for the starter to battery, which is this one here. So that goes on first. Then lead that goes to the alternator. And just whip the 10mm off here. Okay, that nut is now on. And then last but not least, that one onto there. So on my van, this is the one that's the 12mm. So these don't need to be particularly tight. I'm sure there is a spec torque for doing it, but basically tight enough with your hand around the end of the ratchet like that is more than enough. Don't try tightening it with the end of here. That's way too much leverage and you will snap a bolt. Now, the last thing I need to do is get that earth cable on the top bolt, which is way up here. Nicely, they've got quite a long hole through the casting for the gearbox, so you can get the screws nicely lined up. before you get them anywhere near a thread. I'm sure the Haynes Book of Lies will give a torque value for these bolts. These are a little bit more important, so I will look that up and I will add it to the video. But for the purposes of my sheddy old van, these are going to go to a very specific torque setting. It's called FT, which means tight, just so it doesn't come out. And that will do the job as far as I'm concerned. Right, fingers crossed. On the button. Lovely jubbly. No idea what that light is there. Oh, fuel light, yes. We need some diesel. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.